Hi guys, just checked my temperature. Well, not my temperature, the temperature of outside here at my apiary. These are my yeast hives. These are going well. I've got some new seconds brood boxes there that I'm going to be putting on today. Well, I'm going to be taking 2 nukes out of brood boxes and putting them into proper hives. I'm going to do this big double nuke here. They're the feisty ones, a little bit aggressive. And I'm going to do the little nuke down there, which I got local swarm last year. First one I'm going to check into inspection is the big one up the end there, where my favourite one is, my favourite queen. Check for swarm cells. It's been well over a week. It must be getting on for 10 days. So I wouldn't be at all surprised to see some royal cells in there. Looking to swarm possibly. It's been a really terrible... I'll waffle while I start inspecting. It's been a really terrible week weather-wise. Yeah, it's been a terrible week weather-wise. It's been cold. It's been cold, and it's been very, very, very dry. We could actually do with a bit of rain now. We're getting to the stage where all the land around here is looking like it needs a rain. And yeah, so I want to go straight into this one because this is well overdue. Over here, get the crown board off, and I will. They look well. Oh, they smell incredible. Absolutely incredible. They started pulling out the frames of foundation because it wasn't all drawn comb in this one. And what that means is, see if I show you. This is a frame of just foundation. Look. So this is a frame that we give the bees, and there's a tiny little bit there. They pull out their cells on our wax foundation. They're just starting to do that on this very top one. These last few here. So what I'm going to do is take this end one out, knock that down here with a crown board, give them a little bit of smoke. Make sure my gloves are over my wrist. I don't fancy getting banged all day. Going for a different glove today. Scrounged a couple of gloves off a friend who does mechanics. And these are neoprene, but they're sort of meant to be more hard wearing. They don't rip as easy. Just one pair. And this one, it looks like they're starting to store some syrup. A little bit of pollen. We shouldn't have a queen up here. They started to cap it in places, but not really that much. Just want to have a quick flick through here. That's full of nectar and they're making it into honey. It's a nice frame, that one. Nectar again. Starting to make honey. Same again. Right, I'm not going to go all the way through the top one. They've got plenty of room. They're doing all right. Just going to whip that one off and check underneath. There's plenty flying about. Put that one back in. Right. So we just want to, just pull it slightly away from that edge. Well, that's a lot lighter than last week when I checked, and that's because not many bees have been able to get out and fly, so they've been using up all the stuff that they've been storing. So you've got a lot of bees here, a decent sized colony, and if they can't manage to get out and fly, They're sitting at home in the hive eating all the stuff that they're storing up. A little bit of smoke. I'm going to keep pulling my glove over because I've got a funny feeling I'm going to get banged on my wrist in a minute. They don't really stay where I want them to stay. Hey ho. Oh dear, right. All well stuck together. Very properlised. Try and get them out without squishing any. Lovely bit of honey in this one. Not capped. I'll just stand this out here against this little nuke, just so I can got a little bit more room. The queen shouldn't be up here because we've got the queen excluder on below this box, and this is a bit of drone brood and a bit of brood left over from before we put the queen excluder on. Look, when my friend said I always see eggs, there's proof. A little bit of brood this side as well. There you go, mate. Do you believe me now? My mate reckons I see eggs when there isn't any eggs. I probably do. He's been doing it a lot longer. Yeah, just nice frame of honey. It's not really heavy anymore. They were really heavy. This one's heavy. The last little bit of brood on this one to hatch, and then they're now starting to backfill it with honey. Another bit of brood here, mate. Just proof. Yeah, this is just capped worker brood. It's flat, and this stuff down here, this bobbly brood here, that's drone brood, which is male brood, which is their only role is to mate with a queen if a virgin queen is about. That's all they do. And eat. Nice frame of honey. Lovely calm bees, these ones. Got to split these if there's any cells before they swarm. That'll be my plan. Right, I don't think I'm going to go all the way through this one either. Just said you're calm, look, and now you're getting a bit grumpy. Must be from next door. From that double nuke over there. Tiny little patch of brood again in here. This is mostly drone left. Little tiny bit of worker brood. No fresh eggs or anything there. Now we've got a play cup on the bottom. A play cup, which is where the queen, where they might build a queen cell, and they're starting to cap the honey. So there's your little play cup there on the bottom. When they want to produce a new queen, they'll put an egg in there. Queen will lay an egg in there, and they'll fill it with royal jelly, and they'll build a big cell out of that, make another queen. But they're just playing. They call it a play cup, just practicing. And then this is capped honey here. This freshly capped, look, this white honey here around the edges. They put a wax cap over it to preserve it at the right viscosity and yeah, the right brew, how they want it. Right, we're just going to check this last couple here. Not going to mess around. It smells absolutely incredible. I've got no sense of smell hardly. I know I can smell it. They're starting to cap this honey as well. Lovely frame of honey. It's a shame the weather went a bit cold because it'd be a bit further on with capping it. And oh, just rolled a few bees off there. Capping it, bit of old cappings that, and there's some fresh capped honey there. Right, let's go underneath and have a look. Which will be part of the brood box now because it's below the queen excluder. Now, the queen excluder, my uncle said he didn't really understand what that was, so I'll tell him. The queen excluder is a barrier to stop the queen laying in your honey boxes, and it's metal, so you can just hear. I'll show you in a second. Right, a little bit of smoke, and it basically stops the queen coming up from the brood chamber, where we want all the brood and all the eggs, and all the young bees, and where we want the queen to stay. It stops the. Got a funny feeling we got a bit of a. Yeah, we might be loose there. Right. Yeah, that one's a lot heavier. Ooh. Back there. So, quick close up of the queen excluder. It's a metal thing. You see it, and that just stopped. The queen can't fit through the tiny little. Well, they're not tiny. The worker bees can get through, but the queen can't get through these little gaps, so she can't come up and lay eggs where we don't want her. So we're going to try and keep her where we want her, in the brood chamber. Just straighten you up. Hope you can see. Are you going to be a bit too high there? Let me just try and put you down a bit like that. Yep, that should be okay. So, tripped over this strap. Give me a little bit of smoke before I flick this off. Try and get some of them off this. Come on, off you go. So, wing excluder off. Check my gloves again. Get a bit paranoid, but although I don't react badly, it still hurts. That lady from Texas Bee Works, who does all inspections and collections, incredible that you don't wear a suit. Right. Shake them off. And what we got here, I can see straight away, there's a load of brace comb here. I could probably do with another frame, super frame in there, to stop them building that. Because that's the sort of place I'll lose a swarm cell, I won't see it. So we'll start on this side, just give them a bit of smoke, a bit grumpy now. Give them a little tiddly bit of smoke. Yeah, all that brace comb is coming off. And we've got a nice frame of brood and eggs in here, honey around the edge. And we've got brood, eggs, larvae. Oh, it's beautiful. But I need to get that brace comb off. So I'm going to knock this frame off with bees. And leave it over here. It's lovely and warm in the sun, they won't get chilled. Need another super frame. Go and get one. Won't be 2 secs. Oh. That's me running. Ooh. That's a brood frame. Hear me panting now. Right, I've got a new frame there. I'm going to tidy this brace comb up. Now when I say brace comb, you see in here, along the edge of the hive, they built a load of brace comb because there's a big gap there, because I haven't put the extra frame in. So we're going to sort that out, tidy it up, and make sure we don't lose a swarm cell in this brace comb. It's a shame, it's all full of brood. That's my fault. I should have put another frame on there. And I'll sort that. This will get them agitated a bit. Going to start ripping comb out. I don't blame them. They're being grumpy. Right, we're nearly there. And once we get to the bottom box, we'll clear up all the right. Leave that here so we can drop any more comb we find. I can straight away see what looks like play cups, but it might be a charged queen cell, but no, I don't think it is. There's no eggs in them. There's plenty of them, like they're thinking about it. Just trying to make sure I don't miss any. And there's a lovely lot of fresh eggs in there. There's a couple of bees asleep. One of them's eating. I think this old girl's asleep. I think this one might be getting a drink, a bit of food. Right, pretty sure there's no queen cells on that frame. Yeah, a little tad more smoke, just a tad. That's a lovely frame of mixed brood, drone brood. At the bottom here, what we got? Just drone brood, play cups, drone brood. Drone brood's the male one, the male bee. See down here? It's raised. Down there. This one's drone brood as well. This is worker brood, females. Female bees, which all bees are female, apart from the drones. And it's flatter. So there's little bees under there. And then in here, I don't know whether I can show you. Larvae and eggs. In here. Little maggots almost, larvae. Of course, we could bump into Queenie on this frame because we're underneath the queen excluder. Looks good. It's real nice. Don't think these gloves are going to work. I'll just put my other ones on in a minute. I want to keep them on for this hive because if I see my queen in this one, I might clip her wing so that if she does swarm, she'll stay right near the hive. It's the first time I've ever done it. Watching a lot of YouTube and people that know more than me, a lot more than me, and been doing it a lot longer. They do it. Loads of play cups. I mean, I'd be very surprised if there isn't some queen cells in the bottom here. Swarm cells, queen cells. They are certainly practicing it, and that is what they want to do. They want to build up and then go and set up another colony somewhere and leave enough bees and honey for the colony that they're in now, this hive, to carry on and flourish. Lovely frame of brood. Play cups, not charged. Got loads of pollen on here, some eggs, a lot of worker brood, and a lot of eggs. It's beautiful. It's really, really. Wish all my hives were like this. But unfortunately, they're not. Play cup in there with nothing in there. Quite a few bit of larvae in this one. Still got a little bit here with the foundation to draw out. I think I moved this one from the edge so that they did draw it out. Wonderful. Thought that was a swarm cell, but that's just a drone brood. Oh, this is heavy. This is a honey frame. Capped honey, that's what. Drop that there. That's what capped honey looks like. Look. Capping that. Funny place, it's right in the middle. Normally, that'll be on the outside. Might be because I've had to move around. Look. Honey again. Honey. Or nectar. Lovely drawn frame, starting to fill, and an undrawn piece of foundation on that side. Right, so we're good for swarm cells. Just double check that one. Just honey. Just double check the bottom because I didn't really look at it properly. Yep. Just honey. So let's push these back together carefully. You want a little bit of smoke there? Looks like you do. Give yourself a bit. Be very surprised if that isn't a queen cell on that one. Just looked into the brood box, thought I saw a queen cell. Right. Let's scrape all this. Make sure we get the. Make sure we got all that. Now we've got to just pull these few bits off here. And I'll stick that back in there. And we're going to have to cram that undrawn frame in there because it's full of honey. And because they've had the extra room, they've built the frame out wider. So that's going to be a pain, but there you are. At least we haven't got all that messy comb. Are we free? We look like we're free. Queenie could be in here, so don't want to squish her. Right, let's pick up all this. Give them a little bit of smoke. They're coming for me now on my wrist, unfortunately, and on my hands. Right, there's some more of that messy comb. Saying that, it looks like I want to start the other side. So that's what I'll do. Start the other edge. Looks like there's slightly more room on this side. And then I'll come your way. Not a lot happening on this frame. Make sure Queenie's not on it. There's a tiny bit of drone brood There's a lot of room there ready for some eggs. Can't see queen. Drop that one down there. A little bit more smoke. Got their attention now. Right, here we go. Let's hope we don't see loads of swarm cells. This is basically a full frame of honey. So I might move this one and put this on the edge and put that one with the space one in. Just get them moving, and I can see if there's any other cells I should worry about. Doesn't seem like there is. So, note to self, put that one frame in when we go. See if I remember. Pretty sure I've just seen a varroa mite on a bee. See if you can see it. It is on a bee in this area. I just seen it. Dirty things. Pretty positive there was a varroa mite having a ride on the back of a bee on the thorax. This is going to be a whole frame of brood soon. There's a lot of eggs in here. Just blowing on, and they're keeping the brood warm. Just checking there's no cells. They're all on top of the little larvae. Right, let's get a bit of drone comb. Not drone comb, sorry. There's a little bit of brace comb here. So we will just scrape that off. Try and keep it tidy. Whoop. Oh well, that didn't go as well as planned, but hey hey. It's a beautiful frame of brood. I don't know if you can see from here. Basically a whole frame of brood. Look at that for a laying pattern. Look. And if I flip it, give them a blow. Look at that. Just solid brood. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. A little bit of pollen in here. Look at them. Lovely and calm. They're not coming for me. Shame I saw a varroa mite, but can't be away from it. My friend Ian did treat them in the winter for me. There's Queen. There she is. Right, leave this one up here. I'm going to clip this little beauty's wings if I can. Right. The size of the pair of scissors I got out of the kitchen. Look. Don't tell my missus. Just grab Queenie. Got my nipper. There she is. She's got. Just try and grab her thorax. Grab her. Without hurting her. Oh no, I've got your queen. Oh, she's crawling away. There she comes. Like I said, I've never actually done this before. Note to self, Do a slightly smaller pair of scissors. There's the wing. Done. Place her back on this frame that I've got one. There she goes. Can't talk. I'm messing around with bees. Please leave a message. Right, no swarm cells at the moment. I mean, I've seen a lot of people say on YouTube you shouldn't bother with swarms and things, but I mean, I was only getting going and I'm still only getting going. It's only my third season of beekeeping. Well, sort of 2.5 really. Did a full season last year. Just don't know whether I should grab Queenie again. She's only got one little wing. We'll have to see. If I lose him, I lose him. I know next time. Don't want to mess around with it anymore. Yeah, I don't want to lose her. So while I've got her there, I'll just grab her again. Oh, I've got to be so careful. I'm shaking. I don't want to hurt her. Right. That's it. She's got both her little wing and a big wing trimmed now. There we go. Oops, dropped her. Yep, she's got one wing, so she ain't flying. Let's pop her back in there. Sorry about that, Queenie. You're too special to me. I don't want to see you go. She wasn't harmed. She's absolutely fine. It's just like clipping your toenail. Right, beautiful frame of brood. Absolutely cracking frame. I think we're coming up to some swarm cells or some queen cells. Oh no, flake ups. Just play cups, beautiful. That's what we want to see. So might have it for another week before we have to split it. All right. God, they're going for me there. Why are you going for me there? I'll frame a brood. You're only going to get one bee that wants you. Wants to give you some. Basically, look at that. I don't know if you can see, but it is literally a whole frame of brood. And another whole frame of cat brood. I mean, I'm drooling. Whole frame, banging frame of brood. And this side is 3/4 full of brood and pollen and all sorts. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, can't see any swarm cells, which is great. I'll move these massive scissors that I just clip my wing and queen with. This is a honey frame, and there is some larvae in it as well. Yeah, cracking, full of eggs this side. So nothing apart from the only thing I wasn't pleased with is that Varroa mite, and I will touch base with my bee guru Ian, and he'll advise me what I should do. And I'm just pushing them all back to where they should be. Slowly. I don't squish nothing. Some of these frames are seconds, they've got bows in them. Because I'm a bit stingy. I don't always buy the Pucker Gen, you know, the Pucker Gen stuff. So yeah, they're looking brilliant. Get out there, I don't want to squish you. Note to self, see? Reminded myself. I'll stick this frame in here. There's some room then if she needs it. And if they don't start using it, I'm going to put a new one in there. Right, slide along a little bit, my beauty. Yep. Right. So, we'll level it all up now. So far so good, these gloves. As long as they don't ride up on my wrist, I'd say they work. Come on, move out of the way. Come on, out of the way. Come on, out of the way. I'm going to give them a bit of smoke because they're getting a bit waspy. Bit waspy. Bit waspy. Smoke my gloves. Keep my wrist safe. That just, when you give them a bit of smoke, that just stops them communicating and sending the alarm pheromone to each other. So it calms them down a bit, hopefully. Right, it's not excluder time. It's smoke and then half brood box on. Right, get that on that. Oh, wrong way. So, same way there. The new frame is on this edge where they built all that race game. Lovely. And now, queen excluder time. Where's my hive tool? Just scrape that off a little tiny bit. Because we don't want all this on there. I'll get told off by my old bee guru if I don't tidy this up. If you watch this video, you might have stopped watching now because he gets annoyed with me. He's a top man. Ian, right. Tidied it up. Bit of smoke, push them down. Queen excluder, but look, I've just put it on the wrong way. You want to put it on so that the lines run the same way as your frames. Well, that's what I like to do. That's what I was told to do by Ian, my bee man. Right. First honey box. Well, they don't need any more frames. I think they probably would have done if it hadn't been so dry. With it being so dry, there's not so much nectar about. The oilseed rape's in still, but won't be in for much longer. It's sort of coming to its end, and they do well off that. And yeah, the plants, trees, don't produce so much nectar when it's dry. You want a bit of rain. You want an inch of rain at night, not even an inch, half an inch would do. At night, then it won't affect the bees and work and everything. Yeah, what a beautiful hive that one is. Let's get the strap on. The actress said to the bishop. What's going on in my life as well? Yeah, my little girl has tested positive for COVID this morning. That's not so good. She's not feeling great. She's not really ill, but she's achy. Like she's got the flu. and more than anything, she's a bit gutted because she was meant to go round her friend's house today, and she hadn't seen her friend for a while, which then made my boy gutted as well because he couldn't go to his grandma's house tonight. So we've had yeah, a bit of heartbreak this morning. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this video here, and then I'm going to do another video of putting this nuke into a brand new box over there. So yeah, go well guys.